Hello dear students, welcome to you all, and this is the third class for the subject engineering graphics in the topic projections of solids. So already in the last two classes we discussed what are the basics of the solids projection, and a very simple problem we solved in the previous class. And now today, already as per our problem bank, we are going to solve a problem: pentagonal prism, base of side 30 mm, axis 60 mm, rest with one of its shorter edges on HP such that rectangular face containing that edge is inclined at 30 degree to HP, plates axis parallel to VP. This problem is coming under the category solid axis parallel to one plane and inclined to another plane. And in particular, in this problem, the pentagonal prism's axis is parallel to VP and inclined to HP. So before going to solve this problem, in basic we have to be aware about various manners of resting of a solid on HP or in VP. So one by one we can see. So this is the very basic case. A solid can rest on horizontal plane by its base like this. This can rest on HP by its base. It's nothing but a base resting case. The base resting is on HP or in VP is also possible. All manners of resting going to be discussed now are possible on HP as well as in VP. Okay, keep it in mind. For our discussion convenience, I am making it all rest on HP only. Okay, and the second one is base edge resting. See here, the solid, namely a square prism, it's resting on HP by one of its base edge, and all other edges are not resting on HP. So in that condition, you can note one thing: the axis of this solid is parallel to VP and inclined to HP. So in all resting cases, apart from how it is resting, the meanwhile you have to consider what about the situation of the axis with respect to HP and VP. Here you can see the axis is perpendicular to HP and parallel to VP, and in that case the axis is inclined to HP and parallel to VP. And the next one is base corner resting case. So instead of resting on HP by its base edge in the previous case, in that case the solid is resting on HP by means of its base corner. So in that condition also, as per the diagram shown here, the axis is parallel to VP and inclined to HP. And the next case is the solid is resting on HP by its lateral surface. That can be called as side surface resting, rectangular face resting, lateral face surface resting. In any manner, in some books it may be mentioned. And one more thing you can note here: rectangular face resting is in this square prism. The rectangular surface is only possible in the side face because the base in the shape of square and the face is also in the shape of square. So the term rectangular face directly denoting the side surface of the solid. In all the square prisms, the side surface is in the shape of rectangle apart from the cube. And in all the case of pyramids, the shape of the side face is triangle, in particular mostly isosceles triangle, okay, except the tetrahedron solid. And here you can see the last case, side edge resting or lateral edge resting. The solid is resting on HP by its side edge. See, the side edge, lateral edge, by its longer edge it is resting on HP. So these are all the various possibilities for a solid may rest on HP or VP. The solid can rest on HP by its base surface, or rest on HP with its base edge, or rest on HP with base corner, or with side surface, or with side edge. So these are all the various possibilities. both in HP and all cases are possible with VP also. The problems will clearly give you on which the solid is resting on HP or VP, whether with base edge or base corner or side surface or side edge, whatever it may be. So in this way, the current problem is your pentagonal prism. Yes, so this is what the problem. I mentioned the same problem here itself for your convenience. Pentagonal prism, side of base 30 mm and solving. You can note it in your paper or anything. You can solve along with me, or you can listen the problem how we are solving the answer by means of the change of question method. So as usual, we can start with the XY line. If the students, those who are having drafter and all drawing instruments with you, you can try this answer by your home itself. This is very fruitful, so don't hesitate to work in home. As usual, we need to start the answer with the XY line. So after drawing this, already I am well aware with the situation of the solid by referring this question. The question is a pentagonal prism having 30 mm base side and 60 mm axis side rest with one of its shorter edges. Shorter edges means in a case of a pentagonal prism, what is the actually the shorter edge, whether the base edge or the long edge? The base edge only the shorter edge in the case of a pentagonal prism. So in this problem, they are not directly given that if the pentagonal prism is resting on HP by its base edge. By its shorter edge, they are indirectly mentioned. This is nothing but the pentagonal prism resting on HP with its shorter edge. And the rectangular face containing the shorter edge, that means the side surface which is containing the shorter edge. For example, if this pentagonal prism is resting with this shorter edge on HP, the rectangular face containing the shorter edge means that surface, that rectangular surface, not this one or any other three. This rectangular face is only the rectangular face containing the resting edge, this shorter edge. Okay, rectangular solid makes inclined at a 30 degree to HP. So and its axis is parallel to VP. Draw the projection. This is nothing but the problem given. So we need to first imagine the condition, the exact resting condition of the pentagonal prism. Thereafter we can start to solve the question. So here this rectangular pentagonal prism is resting in this way. Roughly I am drawing them, and thereafter we can draw. In with exact manner. So this is your pentagonal prism. It's resting on HP in this way with one of its base edge, and the same time the rectangular surface, that surface which is containing that resting edge, making 30 degree to HP. So in this way, this is nothing but the final resting view of the pentagonal prism. So we need to draw it one by one. When it is standing in this way, what will be the top view? This is what the question. This final top view and final front view are nothing but our answers. So we need to bring out this answer. Before that, we need to work something. First of all, as per the imagination, for the imagination purpose, first you have to reduce the angle of inclination 30 degree to HP as perpendicular to HP. in order to draw the simple top view and a simple front view, you need to make the solid straight. In real, as per the problem statement, the solid is standing in this inclined manner with the side surface inclined at 30 degree to HP. When it is resting in this way, whether in front view or top view, you are not able to see its original base surface. So in order to see the original base surface, what you need to do is, you have to make the solid axis perpendicular to any one of the principal plane. In this problem, we need to make the axis perpendicular to HP. This is easier for us because in this the axis is now parallel to VP and inclined to HP. It's parallel to VP and inclined to HP. So it is easy to make the solid axis perpendicular to HP instead of making it perpendicular to VP. So I am just in my imagination, I am tilting the solid, making axis perpendicular to HP. In this way, if I made it for the rough purpose, you can see the solid base as pentagon from the top view. So in my imagination, I am making it like that. The same work we already did in the projection of planes chapter. In order to see the original shape of the plane, we made the surface inclination as 0 for the plane. So we made like that. The same we can do here also. We need to make the solid axis perpendicular to any one of the principal plane. Which one is easier for us? In this problem, making the axis perpendicular to HP is easier instead of making the axis perpendicular to VP. So in my imagination, I am making the solid axis perpendicular to HP. So now I am able to see the base surface in the top view. So in the problem, let me to draw the XY line once again. In the problem, from the top view or from the front view, where we needed to start the answer. This is a $1 million question in all problems. So as per our imagination, we just made the axis perpendicular to HP. So in that situation, you can see the pentagonal base in the top view. So you can start the answer from the top view. So this is nothing but the answer for the question, where should be the base. And the second question for us is, how should be the base. One by one we can solve. For the question, where should be the base, you can see the base in the top view. So from the top view, you can start the answer by drawing the base view of the solid. So in top view, I am going to draw a pentagonal base. So before that, you have to think about how should be the base. Let me to draw the pentagon first. In the top view, I am drawing a pentagon. Drawing a pentagon. Roughly I am drawing a pentagon. Yes, I am drawing a pentagon. So this we have to think how should be the base. For example, if I draw this pentagon like that, then I need to draw the projector in this way, and then I needed to draw the lateral view of the solid in this way. After that, what I am going to do is, I needed to tilt this lateral view in order to make the solid axis 30 degree inclined to HP. This is what I needed to do in reverse manner, because as per the problem itself, the solid axis is inclined at 30 degree to HP. For my convenience only, I made it perpendicular to HP. So the after drawing this simple front view and top view, I needed to bring out the truth. I needed to draw this lateral view as 30° inclined to HP in order to make the axis 30° inclined to HP for the final front view. If I do like that, I need to draw in this way. If I draw like that, you can note one thing. After tilting this lateral view in this way, see, the solid is made rest on HP by one of its base corner only, because this base corner is here, and after tilting it, the solid is now resting on HP by one of its base corner. But in the problem itself, we clearly mentioned that the solid will going to rest on HP by means of one of its base edges. So what you need to do is, on the time of drawing the base, sorry for the interruption. So at the time of drawing the base itself, you have to be clear after tilting the lateral view what will be going to rest on the HP. So if I draw the base in this way, definitely at the time of tilting the lateral view, one of the base corner only will rest on the HP. But in the problem, the condition is the solid should rest on HP with its base edge. So what is the thing I needed to concentrate when drawing the base view is how should be the base. So I have to decide, I have by which way I need to draw the base in order to make the solid to rest on HP by its base edge. So this base should be drawn in some different way. See here, instead of drawing the base in this way, I need to draw the base in that way by maintaining one of the base edge perpendicular to XY. Simply saying, you need to draw the base view by one of the base edges perpendicular to XY. In this way, if you draw like that, at the time of tilting the lateral view in the third step, automatically one base edge will come and rest on the HP. So this has to be decided at the very beginning of the problem before proceeding to the second step. In the first step only you have to decide that. So this is nothing but how should be the base. In the second step, you need to draw the, in this problem, one of the base edge of the pentagon making 90° with the XY line. So in this way, if you draw, you need not to worry about the last step. Okay. So in this, let me to draw the things as per the regular answer. So after drawing this base view, I need to give the names for various corners in the solid. Actually, it is a pentagonal prism, so it's going to have 10 numbers of corners, 5 base corners and 5 face corners, and these are all E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As per the our regular standard, we are having the alphabets in the base and the numerals in the face. So all the alphabets are going inside the bracket since they are hidden behind our numerals when viewing from the top. And after naming them, one more thing you need to do is you have to find out the center axis point for the this pentagonal base. So this can be done with the drafter scale. Here for time convenience, I am using with the normal scale. See, when you are going to mark the center for the base pentagon, what you need to do is, with your scale, you have to maintain the scale perpendicular to any one of the base side of the pentagon, and the meantime you have to bring a projector or a rough line from the opposite corner for the particular base side. For example, this base side, the base side DC, I am holding the scale perpendicular to the base side BC and from the opposite corner of the DC is nothing but the A. Okay, I needed to bring out a rough line. Okay, and the same time I needed to bring out one more rough line from another corner by maintaining the scale perpendicular to any one of the base edge. For example, I am going to maintain the scale perpendicular to the base edge ED, and from the opposite corner B I needed to bring out a rough line. The same way for all base corners I can draw rough lines. For example, for the AE the opposite corner is C. I am bringing a rough line. So here in this way, within 3 or 2 lines you can bring out the center point for this pentagonal surface. Okay, this already we did in our projection of planes chapter, but for your remembrance, so I am doing that also again here. And you need to draw the projectors from each and every base corner of your pentagon. Towards the front view area. Since it is a touch screen, in this way you need to draw the projectors, and the axis height of the solid given in the problem is 60. Let me to rub off the unnecessary things in the board. The axis height is given as 60 mm. So at that height, for example, at that height, the lateral view can be completed. Let me to coat the things with normal color. The same way you have to mention the corners, the base and in the face. For example, A dash, it's B dash and E dash, B dash inside the bracket, C dash and D dash, and in the top it's 1 dash, 2 dash, 5 dash, and here C dash, sorry, D dash, 4 dash. So this is nothing but the lateral view, and you have to mention the axis also. is the projector for axis, and the axis line should be drawn with the specific line format, dashed dotted line format you have to follow for the axis, and the axis should be retained within the lateral view of the solid, should not pass above and below of the lateral edge. This is wrong. Actually the axis should be retained within the lateral view of the solid. Okay, keep it in mind. And after that we need to draw the third step, that is we are going to give including the inclination of the solid axis or some other edges mentioned in the problem. In the problem the inclination is mentioned with respect to the rectangular face of the resting edge. When you tilting the solid lateral view in the third stage, you need to assure the one of the base edge only going to rest after tilting, and the meantime the rectangular face containing that resting edge is maintaining 30-degree inclination with the HP. Okay, here this base edge is going to rest on HP, and the rectangular face containing the edge is nothing but that rectangular surface. Here this surface is looking, you can see a line in this current lateral view. This is going to make 30 degree. Now it is making 90 degree with HP, but in the next step when you tilt it, you have to maintain 30 degree with HP. So this is what our task. In order to achieve this, simply you need to redraw this lateral view in inclined manner. That's enough. Yes, you need to redraw this lateral view. So before doing that, you have to draw a pilot line which will guide you to tilt it. Actually the angle of inclination here is 30 degree to HP. So first I am drawing a pilot line with a 30 degree inclination with HP. I need to extend this XY line to some extra length. Let me to do that. And you need to redraw this lateral view once again with inclined manner. Just make this into inclined at 30 degree to HP by the help of this pilot line. This is nothing but our task to complete. More unnecessary line is there. Let me to rub off this line. Yes. After that, as usual, you have to bring out the projectors from each and every corners of the solid. Like in the projection of planes chapter, we are going to identify the cut points from the current front view and the previous top view. One by one we can do that. I just drawn the projectors from the current front view, and I needed to bring the projectors from the previous top view in order to find out the cut points. Now you need to identify the cut points, and one by one. A dash. So here A is there, A dash is there. The cut point will be obtained here. A, and the same way B, C, D, finally E, and here 1 dash, finally 1, here 2, then 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and this cluster, in this cluster, for your understanding purpose, marking the points in little bigger for our understand purpose, but in your paper you should not mark this much of bigger points. Okay, and here this is nothing but the corners and points. There we need to connect them. At the main time you have to consider the visible and invisible edges concept. Here you can see, now we are going to draw the top view for the current front view. So for this, a 4-step condition is there. First, you needed to join all outermost corners as visible edges. Here in this cluster, here the cluster of points A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 corners are there. These all corners should be joined as per the solid's nature. A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, A are the base corners. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1 are the face corners. 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E are the side corners. So you can have the master list for the various corners, the base corners, face corners, sorry, not corners, base edges, face edges and side edges. When you consider the various edges, the edge AB, BC, CD, DE and EA are the base edges, and the 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1 are the face edges, and 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D and 5E are the side edges. So this pentagonal prism is totally having 15 edges, 5 base edges, 5 face edges and 5 side edges. Totally this solid is having 15 edges and 10 corners, 5 base corner and 5 face corner. We have to draw all these 15 edges in this final top view. Okay, so all the 15 edges are not visible when you see from the top. Definitely the edges 3C, the edge 3C, 4D are invisible edges when you view the pentagonal prism when it is standing in this way from the top. If you see this pentagonal prism from the top, definitely the edges 3C and 4D are not visible, they are invisible. So this invisibility should be reflected here actually. For that we need to find out who are all the visible edges, who are all the invisible edges by our imagination. But this will be possible after gathering some experience with the topic projection of solids. But now the time being, I will give you some hint in order to isolate the invisible edges from the other edges. For that you have to follow this 4-step procedure by during the connection of various corners in the final view. The first step is join all outermost corners as visible edges. See here, the corners A, B, 2, 3, A, B, 2, 3, 4, 5, E, A are the outermost corners. This outermost corners should be connect as visible corners. See, I am joining in this way. Yes, I just connected all the outermost corners as visible edges. And the second condition is join the nearest face remaining corners as visible edges. See here, in this lateral view, when you look from the top, the nearest face is this one, the face of the solid. Here already we connected 2, 3, 4, 3, 4 and 4, 5. See here, after doing every procedure listed here, you need to strike off the edges which are already connected. See here, in the base edges, the edge AB, AE are already connected. So you need to rub off them. The edge AB and AE, that is EA, are already connected. And the same way in the face, the edges 2, 3 and the edge 3, 4 and the edge 4, 5 are already get connected. So just rub off them. And in the side edge, the edge 5E is connected. So I just rub out 5, strike out 5E, and the edge 2B is also connected. So these are all the remaining edges to be connected, So for your understand purpose, I am striking them. And then second step is join the nearest face remaining corners as visible edges. The nearest face is the face of the solid in the problem. So here the remaining corners are 1, 2 and 1, 5. It's not the remaining corners, the remaining edges we can mention. The edge 1, 2 and 1, 5. Edge 1, 2 and 1, 5 are not yet connected. They should be connected as visible edges. Okay, this is what the condition. They should be connected as visible edges. So I am connecting the edge 1, 2 and 1, 5 or 5, 1 as visible edges. Yes. And by following the second step, two edges are now connected. They are 1 2 and 1 5, 1 2 and 1 5. Yes, and the third step is join the remaining base edges, or some way this may be mentioned with the corners also, corners as invisible edges. See here, the remaining base corners are, or base edges are BC, CD, DE. Here you can see BC, CD, DE. They are not yet connected. As per the third step, join these things as invisible edges. Why we are mentioning it as invisible edges? Because they are not visible to our eyes when we view the solid from the top. So I am going to join the BC, CD and DE as invisible edges. How to differentiate the visible and invisible edges in our paper is by following a different format of line form denoting the invisible edge. In our context, we are going to draw the invisible edge with a dashed line format. Okay, see here, I am already connected all the visible edges with complete narrow line, but here I am connecting the invisible edges with dashed line format. If any edge is mentioned with drawn with a dashed line, it's nothing but we are highlighting it, that particular edge as invisible edge. This is a standard in our engineering graphics. I am connecting these particular edges with dashed line format. Why I drawn them with the dashed line format? Because they are invisible edges. They are not visible when you view the solid from the top. And the next fourth step, and now before proceeding to the fourth step, after following the third step, you bring out the edges BC, CD and DE. Just rub off them. So in the base edge side, I connected all the 5 edges, may be visible or invisible, that's based on the following the procedure. And in the face edge also, I drawn all the face edges, and the remaining edges out of this total 15 is 4D, 3C, 1A. This 4D, 3C and 1A should be judged by your vision whether they are visible or invisible. When you view from the top, just think about the 1A. The 1A is nothing but standing here. When you view from the top, you can easily decide whether this 1A is visible or not visible. It's visible. So you have to join this as a visible edge. Join 1A as visible edge. Now, and the edges, let me to rub off, strike off the 1A, and the edge 3C and 4D. 3C and 4D, they are here, 3C and 4D. When you look from the top, it's not possible to see 3C and 4D, the 3C and 4D. So these 3C and 4D definitely as invisible, you have to draw as invisible edges. Let me to draw the 3C and 4D as invisible edges. So I needed to follow the dashed line format to draw the edges 3C and 4D in order to highlight them as they are invisible edges. Now 3C and 4D also drawn. So the total 15 edges are joined with each other in the final top view. So here visible invisible is very important. uh, the following this procedure 1 2 3 can be adopted at the beginning level of your solids projection problems, but later you should connect the visible edges and invisible edges by your imagination. You have to find out the visibility or invisibility of a particular edge simply by imagine, without following the procedure in your later days. Now you can follow these 3 steps. This will help you up to some extent. So this is nothing but drawing the projection of solid in the change of position method. Day by day we can solve some more problems in order to get some deep idea about how to draw the projection of solids. Okay, thank you for watching, and if possible practice the same in your home with proper tools only. Okay, thank you very much.